to me, honestly. I'm here. Talk to me, honestly. I'm here.
Hello and welcome everybody. I hope you're all having a cracking day today. Oh, straight off the bat with a new subscriber. Let me see if I can figure out who that is so I can give you the thank you that you so generously deserve. Let's have a bit of a look. Who have we got here? Let's see if I can catch it in time. In the meantime, I'm looking for Fuji. Alright, so I'm just currently setting up a track. Obviously, this is yet another... Oh,
I'm touching myself.
It even sounds like we've got a bit of a donation coming through. What a red-hot start to the stream, guys. What an absolute blinder coming up. It is Andrew the Jerk dropping in a very generous donation. Thank you very much for that, Andrew. As I've said many, many times, you're not a jerk at all, but you do jerk the gherkin with the best of them. So thank you very much for that. Much appreciated. Now, if you're new to this style, this setup, this is the fifth week, in fact, I've tried an FIA. So what I do is I open up a lobby that replicates the FIA Practice lobby. We jump in. It's an open lobby, so anybody that would like to do the FIA race can join in. We'll do some practice laps. We'll smash through a heap of that, and then, of course, we can... I'll eventually add tyre wear and fuel burn. I'll start with that off, and then towards the end of the stream I'll jump in and do the actual race, and hopefully I can go okay, decent. Obviously I've done no practice up until now. I'm still trying to figure out exactly which Fuji it is, but I'm guessing it's the International Speedway and not the short version. Now let's have a big welcome to everybody in the chat. Let's see who is here and thereabouts. So big welcome to Piosko, special welcome to you, as always the channel member. Andrew the Jerk McGurkin with dropping the large donation straight off the bat. Thank you very much to Colzio. Welcome to you. Hopefully you've got some crisp tactics for me to steal once again tonight. That worked so well for me last time. Lee Kogan, another channel member, much appreciated. No YouTube notification, we got the Twitch one, and that's exactly why I've started to simultaneously live stream on Twitch as well, because I am getting just sick and tired of YouTube letting me down in terms of not notifying any of my subscribers that I am live, or that content is going up. Red Matt, welcome. Staniel as well, great to have you here. Ethan, we got Harry, we've got, who else haven't I mentioned? A couple of double ups there, try and skip over. Hopefully I haven't missed anyone, but let's just go with that for now. A big welcome to everybody there. Great to have you on board. Tonight is a little bit more of a serious stream, so if you've been to my streams in the past, that one does look like the correct circuit. If you've been to any of my streams or sent any of my videos, you might have noticed that I do try to keep something of a light-hearted approach to my streams, but not Wednesday night. FIA night is time to get your serious pants on. It's time to get cracking, and that's exactly what we're going to do here. So if I can concentrate long enough, I was trying to get this set up before I actually launched the stream, but you know, that didn't work out because pro YouTuber. Rolling start, it is whatever. I guess it'll be a rolling start. This stuff doesn't really matter too much, to be honest, as long as this all looks pretty good. The category is GR2 tonight. BOP, I presume, will be on. The tyres they've given us available, it looks like race mediums are the softest compound they give us. Unsure if they allow us to go racing hard, but I presume they do. So that stuff is all fine. I think we should be able to leave all of that stuff here. Now, the good thing about the GR2 car is they are outside of my manufacturer. The manufacturer, well, this is a Nations Cup race anyway, but it just means you can choose whichever car you want, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. TJ Deacon, welcome. Got notified this time. Nice, Harry. Good to see. I mean, obviously some notifications go out, but unfortunately a lot consistently do not, and it sucks. All Chicane Fuji, I believe. I think that's the one I chose. Please correct me, anyone, if it looks like I'm doing the incorrect track. Would love you to let me know. Kogan, you just got the YouTube notification now. Yeah, look, it can be a little bit delayed sometimes. Fuel time 6, tyre times 8. You are exactly correct. This does look like the right circuit, so we're going to be able to get out there amongst it. I haven't decided which car I'm going to use. It's probably either going to be honest, I'm on the Lexus there. It's going to be either the Honda or the Nissan, and I haven't decided which one I like yet. So I don't know. What do you reckon? I might start off, I think, in the NSX, drop some hot laps, make sure I've got the best tyres I can put on. And then I might just jump in the Nissan quickly. We'll do a quick comparison a little bit later on before I add tyre wear and fuel burn. So obviously, as I say, Conzio's already in. I'm going to be trying to follow his lines. If you don't know who Conzio is, you might have seen him from such films as Gran Turismo, official live stream from Austria and Tokyo, where he got flown over to represent Australia because he's a goddamn boss. And is very, very quick, and he did quite well. So, always great to have the Conzio here. I think it's probably time to go to track. I can put the controller down. I can put the keyboard down. Hey, Beth, how are you? Welcome to the stream. Glad to have you back once again. Wait, git is Polish slang. Git equals good. Okay, cool. So, is that good? Good. The GTR is apparently the quickest. All right, Kogan, well, I'm gonna start off in the NSX and just smash out a few laps now. See how this one goes. If I don't like it or whatever, I will eventually jump over to the GTR, and that is, of course, when I'll make my call. But I just want to get some laps down now. The race obviously coming up in about an hour and a half's time, a little bit less. Actually, no, almost exactly an hour and a half's time. Now, because I'm not talking to anybody, I can unplug those headphones, and I can put these headphones in. And hopefully everything with the stream's okay. If you hear any weird noises, if they're not coming through the PlayStation, I won't necessarily pick them up. So let me know. That's how this is going to work. I'm going to drive the Lexus in this today for the crack. Well, I hope it's the crack for you. Practice or no practice? Definitely practice. I've got about an hour and a half. Wow, that's right. I don't know Fuji that well. I've got about an hour and a half until... Actually, I don't know Fuji at all. I just realised that. I have to learn the track and the car. Damn. I didn't do many Ks at Fuji. That's a disappointment. I had in my head that I knew Fuji well. But I don't know it that well, and I didn't play it that much when it first came out, so... But of course, as you might be aware, in the FIA night, it is time to put the try-hard pants on. That's what I'll be doing. Obviously still trying to keep up with the chat. Talk to the chat as often as I can. That's what I'm all about, but it is the one stream I give myself. Yeah, so this has got the gnarly chicane in here, so I need to go, yeah, tight. Initially, I don't like the feel of this car. It feels very unstable. Obviously, I have to get used to it. But I just feel like I'm getting a bucket load of understeer followed by a bucket load of oversteer. So I have to learn the car and the track. Anyone seen the new Vietnam Formula 1 track? Looks like the old crap Korean track. I have not seen that, no. Even without knowing the track, you'll come fourth. Yep, most likely, Brownie. I'm on... Well, this will be the 4th consecutive week. I actually can't remember. I went back through and sort of renamed them all today and added them into a playlist to keep all the FIA stuff together. Especially because it is a little bit more of a serious night and not necessarily a true representation of most of my content. Wow, this thing tops out super fast. And I realised that I was actually saying last week, I think that was my 3rd week, but it was actually the 4th week. So the last 3 weeks in a row I've come 4th, but I can't remember what I was in episode 1. Or week 1, as I called them. But if that was 4th as well, then I'm on some kind of strange streak. I bet it wasn't though. I bet it would have been about 7th or 8th. Wow, that corner is sharper than I recall. How many GR2 cars are there? There are 6 with the new ones. I've only got 3. Makes sense, the body is still of a road car. FIA equals the 4th International Association. It is for me. Yeah, I'm actually, look, straight up, I'm not enjoying this car, so I'm not going to F about with it. I'm just going to go straight and get in the Nissan, which is what I want to be in anyway, to be honest. If I'm being honest with you, and myself, it's really that's the one I want to be in. So let's go and put the tyres on, because obviously Polyphony Digital have already been so good as to automatically change the tyres if you don't comply. Jokes, they haven't. Yeah, I've already read that. Yep, cool. I'm up to date. I am up to date. I think the only downside with this chat app that I watch, which combines everything together, they are all Japanese. They are all Japanese, yes. Already feels better under brakes. But TCS on 1, you know what, I'm going to leave it on 1 for now, because I want to be quick. I don't want to... I'm not trying to show off my EP here by turning off my traction control. What I want to be is the quickest I can possibly be tonight. This corner here that I'm going through, this is the one that brings me unstuck. I just can't seem to get it right. So speedy tyres straight up with the 140.3. We'll see what the Conzio can respond with. That was far too late on the brakes yet again. Hey Ring Driver, how are you, mate? I use traction control 1 in GR2, yeah. And I think for the time being, I might wind it back later if I think it's going to be quicker, but because FIA nights are serious pants nights, I don't really care about anything but going as quick as I possibly can and getting the best result I can. Back at the works log today, so no lobby. Are you back at work? Yeah, your holiday's already over, Kogan. I thought I thought you sort of had a few weeks off. It might have happened already. I don't know. Seems like just yesterday you said you're having some time off. Right, I should actually concentrate on some laps here as we count down towards race time. Damn, son. Those two corners. I'm not going to lie to you, my knee is really sore. I don't know why. I went to the gym for the first time in about 2 weeks. I had a couple of weeks off with IRL commitments. And for some reason, god damn, I got a bit of work to do, guys. That's the truth of it. But yeah, my knee's put up really sore now, which I don't really know why, but that's okay. We'll push through. Worst things have happened. Definitely got a bit of work to do. I don't think I'll be winding that TCS down. Oh. Conzio has gone fastest with a 131.2. I don't think I'm going to challenge the scorers on that one, but the overhead signage boards in the mid-section, a good reference for braking. Whereabouts is that, ring driver? Yeah, that's just half day. Last time I actually had time off. Got the braking markers slightly better that time round in terms of when I tried to pull up. I can only remember where I did it. Yeah, so the 50 metre sign there is too late. Too late if you want to make the apex. I need to brake before the 50 metre mark into that. So that's okay. I'll just have to learn the markers as I can. I braked at the bridge that time. Jeez, you got to be so gentle on the throttle with these things. Oh, and too hot. Too hot. I thought I was okay there. Go out wide so I can cut in. Obviously that off-camber downhill acceleration zone. And that, oh, they're all the corners of this track are real bitches, to be honest. Do you reckon this... Whoops, hypo. Damn, my fuss is here with those cars are 132.2. I wouldn't compare yourself too much to the Conzio though. As mentioned previously, the guy sort of knows what he's doing. He's a great carrot on the end of a stick to try and chase. But don't be disappointed if you go hungry after it all. Okay, so stay in the same gear, tuck it a little bit closer, brake before the 50 metre mark this time. I think that's the right speed. That was my own poor driving. If I had it turned in slightly earlier, I'd have got back in to the apex. Brake at the bridge. It was actually just after the bridge, and yeah, it was a bit too deep. Short shift in the second to try and control some of the wheel spin. Lots of short shifting actually, out wide. Try and straighten it up so I can get hard on the throttle for the exit. I don't know, I'm just trying out new lines at this point. And trying not to spin out. Dodgy Brit inbound. Do you reckon that TCS is faster because of how sensitive the GR2 cars are? I think no traction control is faster, but because I don't have a proper hold on these cars, and I'm not progressive enough on the throttle at the moment TCS is only quicker for me because it stops me from making as many mistakes. But I still don't believe it's quicker. If I was better, I would turn traction control off, but I've only got it on because I'm not good enough to not make mistakes with it off. Every corner you come out of, so that's why this track's also difficult as well. I think at other tracks, something like a Bathurst, for example, I'd probably be fine because I know the track very, very well. But because I don't know the track, and every corner here, the exit of it is like an off camber, and you're still turning a little bit, so it just wants to spin the rear wheels up and give you a bucket load of oversteer. Like that, for example, like if you're too heavy on the throttle there, it's going to want to spit you sideways. This one as well, off camber, downhill, just horrible corner exits at this track. As you can see, at 133.6, I edged slightly closer to the Conzio, but he edged slightly further away. Still coming in 3.2 seconds quicker than myself. So I've got a lot of work to do. Did improve slightly there at 133.2, so at least I'm back under 3 seconds behind him. I can go quicker through there. I'm not getting that corner right at all. It's a better line through there. Nah, and I was too committed to swing to the outside of the track. That was awful. The braking marker was right again, but my line was not. My turning point was wrong. Yes, I'm 2.7 seconds behind the pace set by Conzio at the moment, but I would like to get it down under 2 seconds, but unlikely I will go much better than that. This is going to be hell on tyre wear as well when I introduce that. Ah, that last corner's a bitch. It's a very difficult track to get right, it is, Kogan. It's one that I really would like to have done more practice on prior to joining this. Hey, Speedy Chicken, how are you, mate? Great to have you here. That's too late. I thought I was alright then. Charlie's indicating left. I now have the hazards on. I don't even know what my indicator buttons are. I turn them on every single time I race. I've probably got them doubled up. I've probably got like left indicator on my left paddle or something like that. So every time I shift gear it turns an indicator on. Hazards are on. Hey Hemulin, how are you, mate? I know I've managed to get 4th for the last 3 consecutive weeks doing the FIA, but I'm not confident at all tonight. It's such a bitch of a track that just doesn't agree with me or my driving style. It's all understeer. Willie'd have a field day at this track because he doesn't mind a bit of understeer, whereas I don't enjoy it and I'm not good at it. It's L3 on the... There you go, I've hit L3, that's the left indicator. If I push it again, it's a hazard. Push it again, it's a left. So how do I turn them off, though? That's the question. Oh, there you go, L2. Too much of a cut. Still just trying to get that corner faster and better. 10-second penalty for that. Holy snapping duck shit. That is ginormous. Hey Mart, how are you? Just that corner, is it? Okay. Yeah, I think it's going to be a tough night for me. I think a fourth is going to be a tough ask. I'm going to revert back to the standard. I'd like to get a top 10. That's what I'll be shooting for tonight. I just don't feel confident or comfortable at this track, or that I can dig deep and find a bit of extra pace. I'm normally sort of quietly confident that when I start concentrating during the race, I'll find a bit more pace, a bit more consistency, and it'll help me yield a better result, but I'm not feeling that here today. Don't push yourself too hard, it's better to have consistency. Oh, absolutely, Fresh. Consistency is always what I go for, but in practice is where you're trying new things. I'm not too worried about consistency here. What I want to find now is the quickest way around the track, and then once I get it, really practice that and those lines. Darwood, welcome. Do you also... I'll have to get around these corners. Just got a faster exit. I'm just getting that all wrong. Do you also stream Saturday races? I haven't gotten any notifications about them. No. Typically, the answer to that is no. On occasion, but honestly, the weekends are really hard for me to try and stream. That's why you might have noticed that I'm generally streaming during the week, and you won't typically see a lot of me on weekends. And if you do see me on weekends, it's usually a video. It's one I've already made that I just upload on Saturday. Oh, for the love of God. I just want to do one lap where I get the track right. Just one lap where I get every corner on the track at least semi-decent. Hey Zvesky, how are you, mate? Welcome to everyone who's joined the stream, by the way. Did I cut it too much that time? I certainly asked a lot. No, it appears like I got away with it, so that line's alright. As long as you keep the two inside wheels. I allowed myself more room on the exit then, but I actually used too much. Damn it. The rest of the lap's kind of going decent. Decent, Jimmy. That was better. That felt like a better lap. It felt slower, but it did feel better. All the pressure of me spectating. That's what it is, TJ. That's what it is, mate. Need a really late apex for the final turn. Yeah, you do, Jules. Well, I just got down to the 132.5, so that's at least got me within 1.6 of the Conzio. That's a more respectable time. A more respectable time. Damn it, too shallow, which is why it kicked the back out and I had to get off the throttle. Are penalties on? Yes, they are. Can't remember if they're on strong or not though. Got to try and square a lot of these corners off as much as you can and really focus on getting the run out of the corner as opposed to corner entry speed or mid corner speed. So slightly lower again on, although the Conzio, did it go faster? On 1.9 seconds, wasn't it 1.6? Hey Mojo, how are you, mate? A later Apex Harry. Yeah, so you can see the times are getting faster into the 32s. Red Jams has gone faster. That's possibly why. Either way, no, 130.3 is still the Conzio's leading lap, so I'm under 2 seconds slower than that. Just. Which I'm happy about. Oh. Double incident here. Unsure if they came together or not. So, if you're just joining me, you don't know what's going on. This is a practice lobby specifically for the FIA race coming up. The Nations Cup, which is a GR2 race here at Fuji. Going to do some practice here. Tyre wear, fuel burn is currently off. We have around about an hour until the race time. So I'm going to do a few more just practice laps here. Going for outright speed, and then I will whack the fuel burn and tyre wear on. .130.3 is a ridiculous time. It is, but Kogan, remember, it's the Conzio. Although Red Jams went pretty close, didn't he? I think Red Jams is very, very close to that time, so definitely got a couple of quick guys in here, but yeah, that's fine. The lobby I will be in will most likely have people just as fast as the Conzio. But may I remind you, you don't get flown to Austria and Tokyo because you're a mediocre driver. So that's why it's a good little, don't necessarily be disappointed if you can't do the same time, but it's certainly a good carrot dangling on the end of a stick. Curbs are definitely deadly. Red Jams, you're quite right. Too hot. I just don't like the way these cars feel around this track. I haven't checked out the penalty zones. No, we're not going to be able to see because this is an open lobby. It's not actually an FIA lobby, so it's just an open lobby for practicing at the moment. That was awful. It was an awful lap. Dragon Tail one is as you exit the first chicane. On the exit, you have to take a very odd line to not block people behind you very bad. Yeah, I'm not super confident about how these penalties are going to go, Darwood. And the way I am going to hopefully combat the penalty system is by not getting any and trying to stay out of the way of the people that do. My main concern is, I think it'll be on the long straight here. My main concern is that when people get through the penalty zone and are immediately unghosted, I fear that they are going to deliberately swing in front of people and you're going to absolutely smash into the back of them. I don't think they'll get another penalty, but I think you will because you have just nailed someone, and that's my biggest fear. is that I'll get caught up with someone else serving a penalty, and they're just gonna try and Kareem into me. They're gonna be Kareem Al-Jabbar. Have you tried any other GR2 cars here? Hemulon, I briefly tried the NSX, which looks to be the other fast one around here, and I didn't like it. Liked it much less than the Nissan. So I think for now, at this point, I'm going to stick with the Nissan, and hopefully it serves me quite well. Let's see who's out on track at the moment. Is Conzio out on the track? Because I'll jump on board with him. Yeah, let's get on board and see how he's producing his lap time. He's also in the Nissan, by the way, just in case you're wondering. I'll tell you how he's generating his speed just by getting every line perfect. Yeah, that's the line you actually want to take through the last corner. That's what I've been trying to do. He's just not suffering from understeer. I'm not looking forward to trying the hard compound tyres here. Can anybody actually confirm that's jumped into the practice lobby if we do have the hards available? I can obviously see that we've got the mediums available. Jules, Fuji is a track that causes a hell of a lot of understeer, and I can handle a bit of oversteer sometimes, but understeer is, I don't like it. I'm not a fan of it. When are the penalty zones coming? Andrew, I believe they're here. Already, only in FIA, so you should see them in full effect tonight. Hopefully not because I'm serving any, and hopefully because no one's running into me, but I reckon you'll see them somewhere. Okay, so if you have a 3-second penalty here, you lose 3.6 seconds, which is, I guess, even worse. But this is not too bad. Oscar, at least that's what I've heard. They get penalised for pulling in front of you. Oh, they do get penalised. Do you? Because the thing is, it's going to ruin your race. If they pull in front of you and you smash into them, you're most likely going to spin off and lose, 10, 15 seconds off your lap time. I hope the penalty for them is harsh enough to deter them from doing it. Speedy tyres, no mediums, just hards. I don't think that's right. I'm pretty sure mediums are available, mate. Yep, according to this, mediums are available. Open to anybody that can also back up Speedy Tyres' claims of no mediums there. TJ, you going on a track for the first time? Nice, good luck to you, sir. Only meds on Nations Race. Ah, sorry, Oscar. Okay, I understand. So they don't give you the option. It has been the manufacturers racing I've been doing over the last couple of weeks. I haven't done the Nations for a while. Okay, good to know. So mediums only. How are we going for time? So we've got about 50 minutes to an hour before race time now. So I'm probably going to go another 10-15 minutes. I'll try another couple of hot laps myself. Then I'm going to add in the 6 times fuel consumption and the 8 times tyre wear. Give people a chance to do a couple of longer runs. It is, I believe, a 12 lap race. The other way around. Sorry, Speedy Tyres. Yeah, only meds available. Okay, cool. We've got that sussed. We've got that nutted out. I think. Only meds available. Yeah, nice. So that's what we're going to do. That's the plan from here. A couple more. If you can get the notification sim. Yeah, if you're on Twitch, mate, probably subscribe or follow there, even if you don't necessarily like Twitch as much as YouTube. You can still watch me on YouTube because it's obviously simultaneously cast on both, but at least Twitch, because it's a good streaming platform, it will notify you, whereas YouTube's just kind of like, and that's the whole reason why I'm on both platforms now, is because I'm getting too sick of people letting me know that they are getting no notifications. Even people with the bell turned on. I did some testing myself, and I came up with exactly the same thing. Came up with the same problems and the same issues. So that's why I'm now on Twitch as well, because YouTube's just... It is what it is, but unfortunately it's not the best streaming platform in the world. Manufacturers is hard, okay. Let's hope the system takes over and the steering too. Gets him off the racing line. That'd be nice. Wish you could race, but you got exams to study for, Zim. No worries at all. I've missed that break market because I was reading that. But best of luck with your exams. Study hard. Study hard. Get it right once. You won't have to worry about it again. So at least I know I don't have to use the hard compound tyres because I think I would have a rough time. Alright, let's see what we can do. If you were bad at fuel saving, you'll run out of fuel on lap 5. That's ripped for my race. Lap 5, man. So you're going to have to do a two-stopper. I will try that. I'll get the fuel on soon. It's already 9:10, so I might do about 2 or 3 hot laps here, and then I'm going to go and put the fuel band and tyre wear on so I can do some longer runs. I need to go back in because there was actually something I wanted to check. What was it? Yes, I don't want to muck around too much. I do want to make sure that we get ample time practicing the tyre and fuel burn. Because obviously the idea is to get the best result. There was something I really wanted to do. And I can't remember what it was. Wasn't change car. Was it a car setting? Brake balances -2. I don't mind that. I'm not losing the rear. I'm not locking the fronts too much. So actually I'm happy with a -2 brake bias at the moment. Very happy actually, because I'm braking pretty hard and I'm pulling up alright. I cannot remember. There was something I really wanted to do. Anyway, I'm going to go out and I'm going to try and do 2 hot laps now. And then I'm going to change the lobby and add tyre wear, fuel burn, and we'll have our final practice session. I guess you can think about it like 2 separate practice sessions. This is P1 for the weekend. I'm soon going to roll over to P2, and then we're going to be heading into the qualifying session. Unsubscribe and subscribe from the channels you aren't getting notified from. There you go. Oscar's coming in with some hot, crispy tips. I have no idea if it works or not, but I'm honestly... I'm sick of worrying about it. There was a time when everyone used to get notified of my content, even the people who didn't have the bell ticked on. We're still getting pretty much all the notifications, but for whatever reason a couple of months ago it just dried up and all of a sudden no one was getting notifications. There's a few people with the bells on, and you will get probably 90%, 95% notifications if you've got the bell on, but even then it doesn't guarantee it. So if you have a Twitch account, follow on Twitch, even if you want to watch on YouTube, because you'll at least get the notification from Twitch. Now, one thing I noticed Conzio doing was not understeering much. The way to stop that understeer is to go slower. So I'm wondering if in fact he was just going slower and it was resulting in that faster lap time. Look at that, 1:30.1. That is an absolutely snotting lap time. I'd be happy with a 1:32 flat at this point, but let's see how we go. What is the Conzio driving? Talent. My question for the Conzio, when he went over to Austria and Tokyo, he had been previously exclusively a controller user. Of course, he had to use the steering wheel whilst he was away. I'm interested to know if the Conzio has now organised himself a steering wheel, or if he's gone back to his controller ways. So if you can hear me and you can answer, Conzio, we're all waiting with bated breath. the local Charlie Rosco celebrity. I get that corner wrong so much. I'm too enthusiastic on the throttle out of the previous turn. Pretty sure he has a G29, yeah? Nice. Do I have Discord? I absolutely have Discord, Oscar. You should, if you read the... there you go, Nightbot, drink from the social fountain. One of them, the first one. The first link is my Discord link. Go jump on. I've actually got a really great Discord community. I absolutely love my Discord. I spend more time on that than pretty much any other social media platform, even just for, you know, personal stuff. It's like my go-to. If I've got a minute of boredom, I just jump on the Discord and see what's going on. So I was 2/10 down at the third sector. Can I make any improvement? I'm at least feeling a little bit more comfortable with the track. I might not be finding much more speed, but I am at least feeling it. Yeah, I'm not finding any more speed. That was actually slower. But I am at least feeling comfortable. I'm feeling like I could be consistent over race distance. Whoa! Having some fun there in the old NSX. That's that corner I keep wanting to cut. I just can't get the line through there right. I just either come in too hot or too slow. Oh wow. It's the first time all race I've run wide there. Is there any stickers left to be had? I'd love some for the new wheel. Andrew, there is absolutely stickers remaining. I will remove that and notify people as soon as I run out of stickers. And because of the size of your donation, you have got one coming your way. I will contact you probably via Discord. And if I can't get hold of you there, I'll keep plugging my way through the various different ways of contacting you. But I'll probably send you a private message on Discord first and foremost. And get your dates. And we'll get a sticker out to you. The last two corners are hell, yeah. I'm at least feeling like I might be able to be consistent. What's the time? Yeah, it's time to roll through. I'd love to keep trying to find a few more tenths, but I think it's probably important for everyone that we get some tyre wear and fuel burn on. So we have enough time to actually get out there and do the things and stuff. So tyre wear, just to confirm, I'll bring up my numbers here rather than going off memory. Definitely 8 times, sorry. Yes, 8 times. So 8 times tyre wear. We have fuel depletion on 6 times. And I'm going to also just remove the other compound. So I've got minimum tyre rating hard. I'm just going to change that to mediums because that's what we are restricted to. And where is the shortcut penalties on strong, which I would imagine is what the FIA races run. So let us change event settings. Sorry to everyone, hopefully you went on a super hot lap. Your sector 2 time, geez, yeah, just smooth. I mean, if you watch that lap I followed Conzio on, he's not doing anything special. What he is doing is just everything well. He's not getting understeer. He's not getting oversteer. He's not missing a braking zone. So it's sort of like, it's refinement. The difference between you and your pace and what the Conzio there is doing is refinement. He has got it down to an art, and he's accurate in each aspect, braking, cornering, and accelerating in each corner of the track. And when you put all that together, you start dropping 130.1s, which is what the Conzio is doing. I'd love a crap hoodie. There is some new merch coming, Andrew. The Jerk McGurkin. Shortcut is weak on FIA. Really? Shortcut is weak? Are you serious, Oscar? Are you actually for real? Well, because I might change that. People are only on outlap. But if you're serious about that, if anyone can confirm, or if you can just confirm that you're 100% positive about that, then I'll change it so we all know what we can actually do. Because there's a big difference between a weak shortcut penalty and a strong shortcut penalty. Information I have doesn't tell me here what it is. You're up 4/10. Sorry, Red Jams, but that is the way this runs. We've had no confirmation yet, so I'm going to leave it positive. You are positive, Oscar, that shortcut penalty is on weak. Alright, well I'm going to change it because we may as well practice on what it actually is. So this will piss everyone off. This will upset everyone that's just started their hot lap. But we may as well get the shortcut penalty right. Did it reset everyone to the pits? No, they're still out racing. Nice. Good result. Right, let's get out and just do a race run straight off the bat. Hey Nick, how are you, mate? It's a shame the old Super GT cars don't work here. How do you mean they don't work? Or they're just not competitive? Or Livewire? Hi, I get reminded, notified all the time. You must be special. Oh, okay. Well, that's good. Livewire. That's good that you're getting them. Unfortunately, a huge amount of people are not. But I'm glad you are. It's always good to hear some people that are. So I'm just going to pretend that I've started the race. And deep into turn one, typically. See how many laps of fuel and tyres I can get. But obviously I'm going to need to try and make fuel last for... Oh, that was awful. I was looking elsewhere. I'm going to have to try and make the fuel last for 6 laps. It's a 12 lap race. And I sure as shit will not be wanting to stop twice. You know, actually, another theory I've got, and I don't know if this is true or not, but I do have a theory that the higher you run your traction control, the worse you'll be on fuel burn. And the reasoning behind that thought is that if your traction control is on 2 or 3, you can get hard on the throttle a long time before someone whose traction control, for example, is turned off. And because you're hard on the throttle, even though the car and the game is artificially retarding the acceleration to ensure the wheels don't spin, I reckon you could potentially still be burning a lot more fuel. Whereas somebody who's got TCS off is literally having to modulate the throttle. The way they don't get wheel spin is not through any sort of mechanical system like traction control. It's literally by being gentle on the throttle and only using half throttle in places, and therefore not burning as much fuel. So the theory is, and I don't know if you guys agree, please let me know. Let me know in the comments if you think my theory is just a load of bollocks, but I was trying to figure out why Wheelie in the GR3s just can't seem to conserve fuel as well as I can. And I sort of realised he runs his traction control on 2, because we're a very similar pace, by the way. Context is always good for stories. We're a very similar pace, but his traction control is on 2, and mine is typically on 0. And I'm wondering if that's why I'm better on fuel. I don't know, what do you think? You got notified before I go live? Yeah, Oscar, I've started scheduling streams now, and I'm hoping that helps alleviate the lack of notifications going out to a degree. By having it scheduled, YouTube has more time and more of a chance to get its shit together and actually get notifications out. We'll see how we go, but maybe he's not shifting at the correct power. I don't know. I've sort of watched him, because remember when I did the Bathurst 250, it was a team-based race, and due to the streaming sort of limitations I had, he had to sit here and race right in front of me. So we were literally in the same room the whole time. And when he was doing his fuel conservation, he really looked like he was doing what I was doing. And that's why we were sort of both a bit baffled. It's like, I don't know, you know, he was really going, I'm doing what you're doing, but you're getting another lap or so more, at least, or another lap or so of fuel than I am. And I'm wondering if traction control has something to do with it. Hitting the limiter, I found, is rarely needed, yeah. Except for, like, now, when you run out of gear. And you have very little choice. I'm on lap 3 and I haven't used half a tank of fuel, so I'm looking okay. I'm looking much better on fuel than whoever it was. Who was it? I can't remember, sorry. I've got a lot going on in my brain right now. But yeah, whoever it was that was saying that they can't get more than 5 laps. Oh, I braked too late. Yeah. It's always a bit hard to tell in practice. Maybe I'm going a bit too conservative. Just going to let Red Jams through there, because he's clearly quicker than me, and if he's doing a bit of a quali practice or whatever, I don't want to slow his progress for no real reason. The problem is the audio notification. The icon appears on my phone, but get no audio. Yes, audio is switched on my phone. Damn, Mojo. I definitely do not have audio notifications on for anything except text messages, I think. TCS theory sounds reasonable. There you go. Well, at least I've got one person on my side. Thanks, Mojo. Because the thing is, like, under acceleration, that's the thing that differentiated the two of us. Under acceleration, he spends more time with his foot on the throttle harder than me, because the car is artificially stopping that wheel spin. Whereas I spend a lot more time on half throttle and just gently easing on the throttle because I have no traction control except my right foot. So that's why my theory is it's still burning the fuel, even though it's not necessarily giving you all that power that you are requesting. Hey hippie, welcome. Hope you got all your chores done for the day. James, using the pad, not the wheel. I just can't run zero. No. The reality is traction control with a gamepad, with a controller, very, very difficult to have turned off. Not impossible by any stretch of the imaginations. Lots of people do it, but it's hard. Whereas when you have a physical throttle pedal under your foot, it's a lot easier. So that's 5 laps completed. I'm now on the 6th. This will take me to half race distance, or the equivalent of. Tyres are still feeling relatively grippy. Obviously the front left's copping the most damage. And on a corner like the one I just went through, you feel it the most. Oh, TJ's had a bit of a whoopsie. Again, I'll take this moment to emphasise, if you're new to my stream, this is as I cock up the last turn. I'm on lap 7, got a quarter of fuel left. TJ, I am just about to start lap 7, and I've got more than a quarter of a tank of fuel, and I'm not fuel saving deliberately. So I'm going to keep going. I want to actually see how far I can go on the tyres and the fuel. Didn't use any engine braking at all then, and results may shock you. I ran deep. Hey DK Slong, how are you, mate? Great to have you along. Good to have everybody here that has taken some time out of your day to join my live stream. Appreciate you coming along. Yes, I was just going to say, if you are new to the stream, this is a little bit more of a serious stream, so most of my content probably a little bit more lighthearted. I like it to be informative, I like it to be entertaining, but perhaps a little bit more lighthearted. But on FIA race night, the lightheartedness goes out the window. The serious pants go on. And it means I talk a little bit less, which, I don't know, it's probably a good thing. That corner wasn't a good thing. That's probably a good thing for some people, but yeah, I probably interact slightly less with the chat, and I do go quieter for longer periods of time, which I don't normally do. I can normally talk like a bastard, underwater with a mouthful of rocks and my mouth gaffer tape shut. I can still talk. So yeah, you don't want to get up on that. Okay, that's actually the first big mistake I've made there. You can see tyre wear is still good. I've still got a quarter of a tank of fuel left, but I really don't see an advantage because you can't change compound of tyres. I really don't see an advantage of going any longer than mid-race distance, which is lap 6, and you may as well just shift. Unless there's some strategic advantage you find at the time between either pitting early or pitting late. Definitely running out of grip on that front left now. I'm just going to hold everyone up here, so I might dump out of the way. Of the people's doing the things and stuff, I've used sticks on 0. It's your turning and gas. It's absolutely about the throttle. And the sticks for turning. So yeah, I mean that's really half of what you do on a controller, isn't it? You turn and you throttle. You've moved to a wheel. There you go, it's saying now, and I am just completing this 7th lap. No, I'm completing the 8th lap, and it's saying I've got 1 tank of fuel left. I can go a 9th lap if I want to. I can. I could do 9 laps. Jeez, I wonder if... I reckon some fuel savers are going to go to the engine. I haven't been trying to save fuel at all. I reckon there'll be a few people trying to do this without stopping. And given that I could complete 9 laps without fuel saving at all, that's only 3 laps off finishing the race. I reckon that's a real viable option, actually, to be honest. How are your tyres and fuel looking? Good. 1 lap of fuel left. The tyres were obviously wearing, but the worst was only half down, so not too bad. Hey, Abdel. Nice race. Haven't raced yet, but I appreciate the sentiments behind that. How to Drive a Car by Charlie Rosco. You turn and you throttle. Exactly, Jules. That's what I was saying. Running TCS off on pad is difficult for sure. My comment's gone. Halfway through reading it. Don't you hate to see that? What was I saying? From Ring Driver. Running TCS off on pad is difficult for sure, but great fun when you finally get it. I drove the Sauber C9 to help me. Spent more time facing backwards, but it was worth it. Yeah, the Group C cars are actually, any of those high downforce cars are the easiest to learn no traction control. You jump into something that has no... There's a couple of road cars that are real doozies, actually. They're real tough to race with no TCS. Hey, how do the old GT500s compare to the new ones, Brad? I actually, unfortunately, you can see there I've got 665,000 credits, so not enough to buy one. I'll probably try and grind one out over the weekend and get one so I can try it next week. But in the meantime, I don't know. I've heard they're quite taily. I've heard that they have more downforce, therefore are quicker through the corners. But that extra downforce, of course, creates extra drag, which means they are down on speed down the straights. So it might be a bit of a straight line speed versus corner speed, because, of course, those old ones did have more downforce, and that got removed to align them better with other series. I got the NSX, which sounds fantastic. Excellent. F40 is mental with no TCS in P cars too when the turbo lag hits. Yeah, and actually I think if you really want a challenging car in Gran Turismo, jump in the old Formula 1 car, whatever it is. It was based off the old Lotus. I think it's a made up car. Jump in that, turn traction control off, and when turbo lag hits, hang on. Prac with the GT3 GTR. If you can drive that, you can drive anything. DK Slong, you reckon the GTR is the pinnacle of difficult with no traction control? Not a fan of the old GT500s on here, says Speedy Chicken. GTR isn't too bad though. On this track. I use the R2 as well. Definitely requires a delicate touch. Yeah, R2 is what I use on controller. But I don't use controller, so I'm kind of shit at it anyway. So the race is coming up in around about 20 or so minutes time. So the way I'm going to finish this, obviously I've done a longer stint. I know I can get 9 laps of fuel without even trying to fuel save. So don't be surprised if you see someone run this race without pitting. I think if you fuel save from lap 1, you'll make it. If you have to get 3 more laps, well, I would have had to have got 3 more laps out of my fuel to make it to the end. I don't think I'll try and do that. I'll most likely just be quicker by pitting, slapping some more tyres on and going for it, not worrying about it. But I reckon that's a viable option. If you're good at fuel saving, you'll do it. Where's old Lionface? I haven't seen Lionface for a while. There's a man that can save fuel. He would do this he'd do this without pitting for sure. I wanted to use the Epson NSX, but switched to the Motul GTR and already improved my time. Yeah, I tried the NSX briefly fresh, but GTR is getting me through at the moment. Brad, you wish you were at home to join this? Yeah, not a full lobby, but obviously this is really only for the more dedicated people that want to practice in the lead up to the FIA race and do well. It'll probably be a little bit more full when it's not an exhibition season, but I haven't been doing this for very long. I've only been running FIA races for, this is the 5th week. Obviously, I think that says in the title. NSX is two-tail, yeah, it wasn't stable enough for me, and I'm looking for stability here. So what I'm going to do now is go and simulate qualifying. I've done the race runs now, I've done the longer stints. I think I've got my fuel tactics sorted. I don't think I want to try and feel safe to the end. I think I'm just going to go the safer option of pitting. So obviously the key I've found with the outlap is to try not to take any life off the tyres for your initial lap. Save all that lovely greenness for your actual flying lap. So listen to the tyre cues, make sure there's no tyre squeal coming. You can probably just hear a little bit there. I'm going a bit too fast, but you know, you get it. You get what I'm trying to say. Will you be doing this tomorrow and Friday? Brad, tomorrow I definitely can't do the FIA races because they're tonight. Friday, same story. Here comes the Conzio. I'm just going to get right out of his way. I did live stream last night as well. So if you want to check out more content, there is much content. I think tomorrow night I probably won't live stream, or Friday night, but there will be a video going up, at least one video, at some stage over the next few days, possibly even 2 videos. Okay, and we start the quality lap. Are you doing the other FIA race as well? Probably not. No, probably not. All 1-1. Right, here we go. Practice quali lap. See what sort of time I can expect with tyre wear and fuel burn on. Big bit of oversteer there. Had to stay out of the throttle for far longer than I would have liked. I'm actually too slow through there. Almost mounted the curb on the inside. And then the all-important run onto the straight. Not the best job, but we'll see how much time I lose by doing a second lap as well, because that's good to know in quali. So I've managed a 132.7, which is not too shabby. Should net me a decent time. We'll see if there's pace enough in the car for a second flyer. Already half a second down, so one would suggest that no, there's not really pace in the tyres for 2 laps. Well, that was bad driving, that was. but I should at least be able to go in the pits. And I haven't actually entered the pit lane, so that is always a good thing to practice before the race. Because you just never know when you get halfway up the pit lane and there's a sudden right-hand turn, which there looks like there's going to be there. Yeah, so you want to make sure you don't get a massive penalty and smash into that wall on entry. Good to know, don't refuel. I might have to invest in a new gamepad, James. What's wrong with yours? Stupid Nat Type 3 can't enter the room. Anyone know what the room ID is? I don't. You can probably rewind the stream. I think it says in the bottom right hand corner, doesn't it? Are you, I presume, Hippie, you're going to do the FIA race later on today, because obviously it's the morning for you guys, so you guys have got all day to think about it. But what I have found, even if you're not from Australia and not practicing right now to do the race, when the time comes for you, which of course for the UK will be like in the middle of the night for me, and then I think the Americans will be tomorrow morning, 8 or 9 a.m. for me tomorrow morning. What I have found is over the last couple of weeks, people have been able to get some valuable tactics by watching my race, seeing what mistakes I make or what I do that works. This has been far too fast an outlap. You can already see the little red square. So this is obviously the corner you want to try and get right, square it off with the initial run onto the straight. And we'll see if I can improve at 132.7. I'd like to get lower in the 32s if I can. Let's see. It's actually purple sector 1, so I'll take that because I'm not the fastest overall at the moment. I thought I had that then. I was just feeding the accelerator in and then I lost the rear, so that is going to seriously affect the next sector time. It's too slow into there. And that's awful. Oh, that is awful. I was up as well. And I've cocked up the last turn as well, just to really finish it all off. 2:50 a.m. there in Los Angeles. Oscar, thank you for joining it. Such a ridiculous hour of the morning. That was 4:10 slow. I'm going to have one more crack to see if I can get any pace on a lap 2. Because it's all good intel for when you actually are out there in qualifying, trying to figure out the quickest way to do stuff. That is another purple sector 1, so that was even quicker. Corners like this is where you will suffer with that extra tyre wear on though. That just didn't feel nice at all. Yeah, already a 10th down. So, I reckon this will at least show that a second lap is viable in an emergency situation. It's obviously best off on the first lap you can do on the tyres. But I have done a 32, I've actually gone quicker, 32.5. So I've gone 2/10 faster on a second lap, so it might actually be worth doing 2 consecutive laps, then pitting for fuel and getting out and trying to do one more. I reckon that's how I'm going to do quali, you know. SL World, use wrong account, Monkey D, I'll have a look, okay. Rosco, your exit approach and how you roll on the throttle. I don't know what REM Rosco? Your exit, I don't know what you're saying. Approach, went to the Asia Regionals as well. Oh, Monkey D, okay, cool. What is the risk to cut a little the pit entry? What is the risk? Well, you could hit the wall. That's probably one of the big risks, I suppose. And that's not ideal. How are we going for time? Yeah, I've got enough time for another jaunt. Get in there. Thanks, Mart. Always love to say it. No penalty time for slowing, but no, you can absolutely smash into the pit lane as fast as you like with no penalty. It automatically slows you down. It's funny you bring that up. Just last night on the stream, I was having a discussion with Ryan about how we wished there was a manual pit lane limiter button and you actually had to physically slow down yourself, turn that on, otherwise you'd get a penalty for speeding in pit lane. That would be great, but you know, we're talking about a game that doesn't even have a qualifying session in an open lobby. So I feel like that is a feature that's so far down the list of things that Gran Turismo need to focus on. I can't see it being implemented anytime soon. Staniel, you're going in Raw. You're always going in Raw, Staniel. When was the last time you actually did the massaging first? Did 10 laps on Mix 2, if any helps out. I actually don't really like Mix 2. I think you lose too much power, TJ Deacon. You lose a lot of power everywhere. So when I fuel save, I do it on Mix 1. I, as a general rule, basically don't ever use Mix 2 unless I'm halfway around a lap and I realise I'm completely screwed and not going to make it on fuel. Then I will. But short of that, I won't. Get in faster to pit. No penalty for shortcut here. That's it. Just the fastest you can hit the pit line, the better off you'll be. The Hamulin, 8 minutes till race start. Race start or do you... Oh, it is. It's Nations Cup. I need to get in. I need to get the hell in. Sorry, guys. I was thinking it was manufacturers, which starts 10 past the hour. But this does not. This starts on the hour. So I need to get in the server and check everything out. Thank you for that prompt. So I can just cut the white line. Yep, absolutely. Don't worry about any penalties. As long as you don't hit the wall or anyone else, you're not getting a penalty. You'll be fine. Brake balance to the front for stability, for the rear to the rear for rotation. Well, it sort of depends what you're wanting to do. I generally just do it based off feel. Why am I going to manufacturers? Definitely don't do that. Yeah, 5 minutes until race entry, so whew, get in there as quick as you can. She's nearly race time. I was here for that conversation. Good, Oscar. There was quite a few of you actually were here for that convo. Now, while that loads in, as soon as I can hit this, I'm going to go and take a quick 1 minute break. And then I'll be right back to try and drop a hot lap or two. And then it's a race time. Alrighty, it is time to get excited. Speedy Chicken has done a 130.1. Speedy Chicken's gone quicker than the Conzio. Ooh, look out! He's back. He took a little bit of time off to play some other games. He is back and he is right in form. I need to get rid of this for a second. Let's see how we go. You are ahead of the Conzio, Speedy. Try a slightly higher entry speed, especially on low speed corners. Use steering lock to scrub off. Oh no, that just sounds like understeer city. That's that one's not for me. That corner is going to be an absolute cluster in the race, isn't it? You're going to have to be super careful, especially because I'll most likely be mid-pack somewhere. I don't know why I slowed down so much for that. Then didn't turn. Screwed it up anyway. Oh, I've just made a mess of this lap. Let's just get around it and we'll try again. Oh, jeez. Steady on, big dog. Everything feels so different and foreign, I don't know why. Hey, Weeping Eye, how are you, mate? Great to have you along, great to have everybody here. There's the penalty, so there you go. Those yellow things you can see back there, that's where your penalty line's going to start. If you get a penalty, it's just automatically going to apply it. It's a long straight, so you're going to cop a very big penalty, I would imagine. Much bigger than the one that's actually displayed above. Displayed above your car. Got me with the older oversteer again out of there. You start feeding the throttle in, it feels great, and then it just snaps on you, unfortunately. Oh no, run wide. And oversteer, that's the worst thing you can do, is get bulk oversteer coming onto the front straight. You going well, Weeping? That's good, man. So 132 flat, that's actually the quickest time I've done so far. Which gives some hope, because that was not a great lap. It's full of mistakes, actually. Mind you, I'm already 2/10 down on this lap, so I must have done something right. Made up a little bit of time there. You can see I didn't get any, although, no, actually I'm losing time, so, I don't know. I think that last lap must have been better than I am giving it credit for. I was wide and rubbish into that. I squared that off heaps better last time. up the last turn again. That's okay. He's preparing to match us anyway. It is nearly race time. Can you test the penalty area? Not sure if you've already done it. I haven't. You can see where it is back there, those yellow things. I really hope, Kogan, I don't get to test the penalty area at all. I don't want to test it. Someone will probably... Hey, Kalen, how are you? Good luck. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. It is very nearly race time. It's very nearly qualifying time. Basically, the game slows you down and will ghost you. Yeah, so if you've seen the official Gran Turismo replays, you would have seen what happens. Essentially, you don't have to slow down anywhere else on the track. I don't even know if you can burn. In fact, I'm pretty sure you cannot burn penalties off outside of the penalty zone. So if you get, say, a 4-second penalty in turn 1, you need to complete the rest of the lap with that 4-second penalty. As soon as you get back onto the front straight, once you get to those 2 yellow markers, you cross that, it will ghost your car and it will automatically slow you down or restrict you to a certain speed for the duration of your penalty. As soon as your penalty, your 4 seconds in this example, as soon as that is up, you can then re-accelerate and head off down to turn 1. The bit that's got me concerned, obviously that sucks. At a track like this with such a long straight, if you've only got a couple of second penalty, like a 2-second penalty, it's going to slow you down right at the beginning of the straight. 2 seconds as everyone else is building up speed, and then you can go. You're going to lose so much more lap time than 2 seconds. Someone before was saying that with a 3-second penalty, was about a 3.7 second loss in lap time. So it's going to be more. It's going to be pretty substantial. And yeah, the other issue for me is that when you finish your penalty, so let's say you got a 2-second penalty, you cross those yellow lines, it slows you down, restricts your pace. When your penalty is over after those 2 seconds and you can re-accelerate, you come out of ghosting, which means you are a solid car on the front straight where people are going much, much faster than you, or you're going much faster than them, and you're going to have to avoid incidences. Now, I believe they do get penalised if they swerve in front of you, but it's something people are going to have to be careful of. We know the system's not perfect, and just because they get penalised for doing it doesn't mean it won't cost you a hell of a lot more, because you'll most likely smash into them, find yourself spinning around. It's not going to be ideal. Sounds like a decent process. Yeah, it's not too bad, Kogan, but we need to see how it plays out for a little while, I think. Looking forward to some classy racing. Weeping Eye, I will do my best. Top 3 for this one, Charlie. Oh, don't know about that, man. I'm just, as always, going for a top 10. A top 10 is where I aim to be. Anything on top of that is gravy. Yeah, Jules, it is an anti-DRS zone. Just like a DRS zone, except the opposite. You can't, it has to be served in the box. Yeah, that's right. So it has to be served within that penalty period. Within that one spot. So you definitely can't roll off anywhere else on the track and burn up penalties. What car are they driving? Or do you mean me? I'm in the Nissan. I'm in the Motol Ortec GTR. Lots of DRD here. Oh shit, there actually is. I wasn't looking at that. Yeah, so I've lost some driver rating and I'm down into the lower half of A, but I'm still pretty close to halfway in the A zone. Those 2 S's, of course, don't necessarily let you know where they are. They might be on or even lower than my driver rating. But there is a lot of D's there, which I didn't expect. So I usually like to let everyone out of the pits that's going to go. DK Slong was able to burn a penalty last night. How were you doing FIAs last night? I thought the penalty system was only in FIAs. Oh, am I incorrect? Is it actually in the weekly races as well? I haven't done one since the update. Is your SR rating below 91? It is actually, Oscar. You're dead right. After the after those weekly races I did last week, it's actually it's the lowest my SR has been. I worked it out since June. June was the last time I had a lower SR rating than I have right now. Good speed, Mr. Rosco. Thank you, Piosco. You can get penalties in FIA Practice. Okay, gotcha. And he was able to burn penalties off outside that zone. Well, god damn, there's your... Well, I'm supposed to be going slower here, aren't I? And actually, given that this is quali, I'll have to concentrate. But look, whilst I'm doing this outlap, big thank you to everyone who has joined me today. Thank you to those that were kind enough, or are kind enough to have left a like. It's great to have you along. This is one of my more serious streams. I normally like to keep things a lot more light-hearted, and I don't generally care about my SR or DR rating, but FIA night is different. The serious pants go on. And this is the one stream a week that I actually do take a touch more seriously and talk a little bit less. So if what you wanted was less of me talking, you've come to the right stream. Not the greatest entry onto the straight, actually came in a bit shallow. But anyway, here we go. Nice one, Oscar. I will, all I can do is race in the lobby. Gran Turismo has put me in, irrespective of who I am up against. Focus, go for it. Thanks, Nick. I should probably be focusing and not reading that, eh? I'll cop that corner up. That's all good. It's actually not been real good through there. Oh no, and I've just completely cocked up the final turn. There's the slowdown. You can see the penalties at work. I just want to get a banker on the board. It's not a good lap. It's going to be a 33. Oh, yuck. 6 minutes remaining. Hopefully I can do a better this lap. Pretty sure I'm going to get balked by traffic here. Yep, absolutely. Not much I can do here. Oh god. You never know, the slipstream might actually help me out. No, he's going to get my way. I had to back off there. I need a sector time. To know how far down I am. You know what, I'm just going to pit. I'm just going to pit. 4 minutes to go. I'm just going to pit. And just get back out and do it again. That wasn't great. Well held up in traffic. It's crunch time now. SR down arrow. Come on, man. We've got 4 minutes left. I should have time for 2 laps. 7th is not where I want to start at the moment. Especially if, as Oscar suggests, I'm in the dunce class. This guy seems to be on a hot lap, so I'm just going to go ahead and let him... You, I think, came out of the pits though, didn't you? No, whatever, I'm just going to get it your way as well. Try and leave some space, and then I should get 2 laps in. Huge gap behind me now, so I can absolutely afford to drop back a bit. So first place is doing the same as me. If you're going to sit there waiting, mate, you can sit there waiting. After all that, I'm going to get caught behind this bloke, but he is second, so it might not actually hurt me at all. Let's see how we go. I need 1 good lap here. Damn it. See if I can at least snag a little bit of slipstream and improve my time. .31.9, that's actually the quickest lap I've done so far. And all I can do is go and do another lap. Oh, I got very taily then. It's not looking good, but I'm going to push on anyway because it is the last lap I'll be able to do. And the other lap was untidy in spots. Both probably got a little bit lucky with the slipstreams there, but that's okay. 3/10 down. It's not looking like I'm going to improve this lap, but I'm going to go on and finish it anyway, just in case. Oh, I've been pipped. Back to third by MJTSS. Fellow Australian there. Hopefully I don't get knocked down anymore. God, I only came second by 1/1000th of a second. You hate to see it. Back to the 32.6s, which is probably more like where I thought I was going to be. But that's okay. A 31.9, I will take that. That is the quickest lap I've managed the whole weekend, and that's with the tyre wear. So, 1/100th of a second. Would have got the job done into second, but anyway. That's cool. That's okay. I'm alright with that. That's not a bad starting position, and hopefully it gets me out of the... hopefully it gets me out of the mid-pack. You can see down there, number 11, Bogan. I've never seen him race before, but with a name like Bogan, he might not care too much. Might be happy to rough people up. Going to be some fighting. I think there is. It's going to be a tough one. Ooh, and I've got no chill at all. I'm so tense in my steering rig at the moment. Thanks, Oscar. Appreciate that. Relatively happy with that lap time. Right, so unfortunately, as you can see, you've probably been looking at it for a little while, but I was not. I was looking elsewhere. I am down to 4th. Such a close little separation there, but Saruko managed to smash one into 2nd. Watch turn 1. Oh, mate, I'd be happy with 4th, honestly. At this point, Brownie, if I end up in 4th, I'm actually okay with that. This is a tough race at a track I'm not in love. I'm not that good at this track to start with. It is not going to be a big points paying. No, look at that. First is only 754. I think every manufacturer race I've done, I've got like 1,300 points. So a 4th here, if I can manage to equal my 4ths, my run of 4ths would be 621, which is pretty shit. So it just goes to show the overall quality of the server, and all those Ds you see from 13th back to 18 are absolutely inevitably removing a lot of the points out of this race. And look at that, Bogan's new penalty system sucks. So the first words we see from Bogan there. Not to say he might be a very good driver, I don't know. Good luck, Charlie. Thank you, Hippie. Hopefully they wipe each other out. We'll find out. I just want to keep my nose clean, be consistent, and see where I end up. The points are rubbish, Em. They are absolutely rubbish, but it's the 5 Ds at the back. Yeah, Andrew McGurk, exactly right. Why are there so many Ds? I don't know. I'm guessing that there's not that many people trying to matchmake in this region into the first race. I reckon you'll find if you do the 2nd race, or the 3rd race of the evening, there'll be more people there, because like I may not be one of the top drivers, but I'm still sort of near enough, makes no difference, halfway up A for driver rating. So why I've been matched with such a vast range of Ds, I don't know. But I do know that the 4 or 5 Ds that are at the back, that is why our points are complete garbage. Because of the low SR rating. What were the SR ratings? I thought most of the SRs were still... Like, I know I've dropped a few points, but I still have an SR of S. Bogan got rating BS, explains him. It does it with the 99 SR. It does still do it, James. Remember that Formula 1 race? If you guys didn't see the stream where I did the F1 race at Suzuka, I had maximum. It was an SR of 99. My DR was higher than it is now. It was at least halfway up the A. And I had one other person that was rated A and S, and everyone else was a D. I ended up winning that race. I lapped the entire field twice, and the guys at the back I lapped 3 or 4 times. And that was with that rating. So that was an FIA race as well, not a daily race. So I think it comes down to how many people were matchmaking at the time, and that's obviously all I could get. There was this many people matchmaking. There's probably more, but they have to divvy it up into more equal fields. And this wasn't a full grid either, was it? I don't think there was 20 cars here. Need to be between 95 and 99 to get in with A normally. Yeah, probably ring driver, but as I just said, that doesn't always. That's not always the case. Not enough A or SDR available, so they compete with the rest. Exactly right. Oh, he's lagging balls. Have a look at that, dude. The curse of the 4th is about to be broken. I can feel it. Oh, don't say that, Brownie, because I fear it might be lower than 4th. I've only qualified 4th. That guy was lagging balls so hard. I'll be surprised if he finishes without taking out everyone around him. He'll be 5th, Brandon. Probably TJ. I will take a top. If I can finish where I start right now, I'll be happy enough with that. Short shift into 3rd. Got a little bit excited on the paddle. It's not going to help with the run into turn 1. Here we go. Let's wait for the latest of the late dive bombers. Got away with it. Oh, there's lag. There's so much lag going on. We have our first victim. I'm not taking that corner very well, actually. Priority number... Oh, that was the Australian too that went out. That sucks. Priority number 1 for me. Stay clean, but also want to try and stick with these guys if I can. Because once they clear out... There's old mate lagging balls. I hope he doesn't hit anyone. I hope he doesn't ruin anyone's race. Like, if that dude's still sitting there, just quit out, man. I bet you he ends up crashing this server. There's my hot prediction for the race. I won't finish this race. Because when that dude gets booted or whatever, the server will crash. Oh, I didn't mean to. Oh, no. That was not intentional at all. I just got on the brakes when I did. I had no idea that he was going to slow down as much as he did, but you know what? He's going to overtake me here anyway. That's cool, he can have it. I actually didn't get a penalty there. Whew. Damn, boy. Yeah, it gives me a little nudge slide down. It's going to force me off onto the grass here. This is my hot tip. He'd be mad about that. There he goes. Look at him go. So what we've got here is a dirty bastard. Straight up, this Shinzo mixture can suck a big dick because he's dirty. Deliberately trying to punt me off on the straight there because he knows from side on. And if you don't know, side swiping won't earn you a penalty. You can pretty much run into a car directly side on as much as you like. It's actually pushed me way back into the realms of sea bass there, unfortunately. Just got to try and knuckle down. Try and catch back up with these two. Obviously I'm going to have to be careful about Shinzo because, as we saw, he's not a clean racer. Just trying to bridge that gap a little bit if I can. I've got it down within a second again. And I do have Seabass down to a second and a half. Actually managed to put in 2 purple sectors here. Yes, you probably did just hear a whole bunch of understeer on the steering wheel, oversteer even. But basing off the fuel burn and tyre wear I had in practice, I should comfortably make lap 6. Let's see how this goes. I've got a sneaking suspicion our friend Shinzo up there might be more than satisfied smashing into Sirocco. Let's find out. Seabass has caught right up to me though. He did get through. I didn't actually see if that was a clean manoeuvre or not. Oh, there's the first sign of some tyre wear issues for Sirocco, well sideways. It's actually all over the place a bit here, old Sirocco. Probably just a bit unsettled. Be extra slow here because that's, yeah, they are very, very slow into that corner comparatively to me, and that's where I made the initial contact. I wonder if Seabass, and it looks like Seabass has got a bit of a break on his own from Hatebo, however you say that. But it's going to be tight. Got that all wrong and lost a hell of a lot of time then. Just missed my turning point slightly. First bit of lap traffic there. And I will pit at the end of this lap for theoretically the one and only time. I'd imagine they're both going to go in the pits as well. Yes, they are. Which doesn't really help me on pit strategy. And I haven't exactly tried to save fuel either. Right. Let's see how we go. And that's got to get us to the end. Let's go, go, go. Well, I've dropped at least one spot there. Oh no, it's Sirocco. Oh, contact Sirocco. Nearly taken out by, here's our friend Bogan. So this is the risk, is getting caught up in traffic. If they can just get him with tyre grip. Side by side. Come on, Bogan. Look after Australia, mate. Come on, mate. Help me out with against the Japanese here. Okay, I guess he's just going to go ahead and do that. Take out... Oh! Saruko, who makes light work of taking me right on back out. Who then takes out Bogan. So he did exact his revenge. He got a penalty. Oh, there's Bogan. There's Bogan for you. Thank you, Bogan. You piece of shit. Yeah, well, there you go. Looks like I'm past Bogan, but he's gonna... He's just gonna be a massive twat about it all, I guess. And no penalty for him, because of course you can hit side on. I've actually got damage now, so... Yeah. Welcome to the Nations Cup race, where you get matched up with arseholes like Bogan. Look at that, no penalty for him. No penalty for him, and that's pretty much the end of my race. There you go, damage has been repaired, but it is all too late. I did call it. I called it before the race that Bogan was going to be trouble. And he races exactly the way his name would have suggested. I'm not sitting here letting them through. Wonder how many teeth he's got. I'd go with about 5 total. He's in the pit, so it's finally out of my hair, but he has already ruined my race for me. Gran Turismo Nations Cup races, where teeth and shoes are optional. Whew. Trying to cut to the inside there, dealing with a lot of oversteer. So I guess all I can really do is try and save it, see where I can end up in the race from being taken out by some pretty average driving, actually. And football shots, yeah, the stubbies, absolutely. Geez, I am drier than a curried gumboot right now. Two laps to go. More than enough fuel. But unfortunately, I've run out of time. 2.6 seconds off the back of 5th. Obviously, I'll do my best to catch him. And my driver rating, given the quality of the field, my driver rating will actually be... I'll lose driver rating out of this, I'd imagine. Oh. Bit of push, bit of understeer there. Found myself in third, should have been in second. Yeah, so I've taken, what, 7/10 off him, but with just 2 laps to go, I'm going to be up against it to try and catch him. Have a quick drink. Try and get a bit of moisture back on my throat. Not really taken much time off him so far. Actually, I've just lost a 10th to him. That guy that was glitched has finally quit. So I am gaining time on him. Obviously I was 2.8 seconds behind him. I've got it down to just 0.9, but final lap, I don't think I have a great deal of hope of catching him. And if I do, it's going to be tough to pass him because it's seemed to have all the pace right at the end of the lap. Ignore that. I have now... Oh no, I haven't. It's just the accordion effect. The accordion effect. You bounce up under brakes and then spring right back out under acceleration. Oh, he's just gone and done it himself. Oh, that's cool. That makes my life a bit easier. There's my faithful fourth position. I told you, Brownie, you jinxed me at the start of that. You jinxed me, mate. You said I wouldn't get fourth and you were right. I got fifth. Well, anyway, Bogan, Shinzo, and Saruko can all go and get absolutely effed because they're dirty shit drivers. And I hope I never land in another lobby with them. Yeah, what's the point of reporting? There is no point, is there? I don't even know how to report. I've never reported anyone before, ever. You did what you can. Well, look, fifth place is... I'm pretty pissed off, obviously. I should have got at least a third. Bogan did also take out Saruko. It was always going to be up against Seabass. I reckon I would have finished there or thereabouts with Seabass. As I say, Saruko got taken out as well, but I don't feel bad for him because he was not exactly a great driver either. Yeah, I don't even know how to report. Let's have a look. Let's find out live on the stream. I got a clean race bonus after all that. So there you go. There's evidence it wasn't me and my shit driving. It was actually the assholes I was racing against. But that's Gran Turismo for you. So I don't even know how you report. Do I just click on that and go, there you go. That is pretty easy, isn't it? Illicit activity. Oh, is it illicit activity or is it interfering in the race? Interfering. I'm going to go with interfering with the race. And this Shinzo guy, Saruko, I'll give the day off. There you go. I've never reported anyone before ever, and I've just reported 2 people straight up for the first time. Shinzo only got there by being dirty. But yeah, Bogan, that was awful. That was one of the worst pieces of driving I have ever actually witnessed. That was just total dick move. He's writing a thesis too. I can't wait to see what he says. This is going to be great. I'm hanging around for it. Oh, there you go. He's ducking and dodging. MJ TSS is pissy that he got round wide at turn 1. Bogan's like, take your pick. Maybe he means take your pick at which time he hit someone. Yeah, it wasn't great. MJ TSS not happy. Rightfully so, looked like he got taken out at the very beginning. So, well, anyway, that was pretty awful, wasn't it? Bogan, look at him. After the 3rd hit, I was just going insane. So you, just sort of decided to take it out on everyone else because you got some hits? Okay, cool. Good to know, good to know. Ooh. Replay, I'll save the replay. Sure. They, yeah, that's actually one of the dirtiest lobbies I have raced in for a while. Especially, in fact, in terms of FIA, that is the dirtiest lobby I've ever raced in. I've had some worse ones. In daily races, or I have saved the replay. Replay's done. Replay's done. See, yes, save the replay. You've already saved it. Multiplayer to Bogan on PlayStation. I love that he's playing the. I love that he's playing the innocent party there. After the 3rd hit, I was just going insane. I presume then he just sort of went, screw it. I'm just going to smash into everyone. He just kind of went, well, if my race has been ruined, I may as well take out everyone else that wasn't involved in anything. But anyway, hey, that's FIA night. And, you know, you put your serious pants on, and you take your racing more seriously. You take your hits more seriously. Any other stream, honestly, I'll probably just call him names and keep racing and laugh about it. But there you go. That's what you get. It's about your mental state. So if you wanted to just have some fun, do what I do in most of the other streams. Really great daily spin as usual. I raced Bogan yesterday. I'll check that replay too. Do it, ESL World. Do it. I remember one race Bass Tickle took out like half the front group and came 3rd. Almost took him out the other day in the same place. Yeah. See, but there's just a lot of dirty drivers. Like, that was just full of dirty drivers, and maybe it was because my SR rating was a bit lower. It's, as I say, it's the lowest it's been since June, so you can understand I'm not used to racing there. That was because of dirty bastards crashing into me at the Nürburgring into turn 1, smashing into me. That happened on the stream last week. And that affected my SR. So you'll be happy to know my sportsmanship rating is now back to 99. Can confirm. So that race has fixed my SR. And my DR has basically stayed the same. It might have actually increased by like 50 points. But whatever the case may be, this doesn't show you numbers, does it? Have they added that with any of the patches? No, of course they haven't, because if you want to find that out, go to a third-party app. Makes sense. But yes, my SR is back to 99, which, thank God, hopefully I don't get matched up with those assholes again. And driver rating is 38,301, which I think, because I lost a heap of DR in that stream last week at the Nürburgring as well. So hopefully that has remained about the same. But you missed the fact that he wanted to pit. He probably did want to pit, ASL World. He probably did want to pit. Yeah, that's fair, Jay. If he wants to pit, he should probably just slow down. That's what I would have done. I was obviously just accelerating, wanted to not go down pit lane. I am back to 99. Yes, it's done. I am back to that. Anyway, that's it. That is FIA. Serious Pants are coming back off, getting ready for the next stream. Hey, Alvo, by the way, I missed you. And probably missed a whole heap of people that have joined the stream since. But I do appreciate everyone stopping by. There's heaps of dudes that I haven't said hi to. But anyway, that it is what it is. That's the end of the race. As I say, put your serious pants on. You take it more seriously. They are back off now, ready for. Well, my pants aren't off, so don't get excited. But ready for the next stream. I don't know when that'll be. There's definitely some content coming up. My next stream may not be now until next Tuesday, which I know sounds like a long way away because it is. It's 6 days. However, I will almost definitely put at least one video up on YouTube during that time, possibly 2 videos. So stay tuned. And if you're on Twitch, obviously I won't upload them to Twitch, but it might be worth jumping over to my YouTube channel. Just type in Charlie Rosco. You'll find me. Or go to my website. But anyway, that is going to be the end of the stream. So I do want to thank each and every one of you that has stopped by at some point watching along. Whether or not you were just lurking silently in the background or actually typing along. Of course, I do appreciate the people involved in the chat. Makes my life easier when I get to actually talk to you. And that's what it's all about. And that's, yeah, look, a massive thank you to those that were kind enough to leave a like over on the YouTube side of things. I do appreciate that. Welcome to the new subscribers as well. If you are new, if you're watching this, you are new to the channel, maybe jump over and check out some of the other content I've got. You might like it. I might even earn you subscribe. You might even want to hit the little bell next to the subscribe so you actually have a slightly higher chance of getting notified by YouTube. And if you're on Twitch, you just have to hit follow and you know it'll work because, Twitch, it's a decent streaming platform. Finally, make sure you do all join in the various social upgrades. Drink from the social fountain, as Nightbot has been telling you to do all night, spamming that through. There is Discord, really great community over on Discord. But there's also Facebook, there's Instagram, there's Twitter, there's everything else. If you want the links to any of that stuff, including YouTube channel, including Twitch channel, and all of the other social things I said, your best bet is on my website, www.charlierosco.com. That is where you're going to find everything there. So anyway, that had, despite all the shit that went on, despite the obvious frustration in my voice, it's been a long day, man. I'm tired. I'm more frustrated than I'd normally get, but that's cool. That's cool, We all have one. It was a bit of a tough one, but we've done it. And I ended up 5th, which realistically I probably shouldn't complain about too much because I've only come 4th the last 3 weeks in a row. So to come 5th, I can't exactly whinge that much. Obviously, it was a low point scoring. I was put in the dunce class, as I think someone called it earlier on. But yeah, anyway, that is going to be it for now. So thank you all very much for watching. I can't wait to talk to you all next time. Hopefully you enjoy the videos I upload over the next couple of days. Keep an eye out for them. There should be some cool stuff coming up there that I create and put up. And leave the comments there. I'll interact with all the comments on the YouTube videos to the best of my ability. Otherwise, hopefully I'll talk to you all either on Discord or on my next stream. But for now, it's going to be goodbye. So thanks for watching all, but bye for now.
I changed, started acting strange, had my life in my own hands. Meanwhile, I was wasting time, thinking things were fine, but you had other plans. Behind your weak disguise, all the worthless lies, it was wrong and now I know. Don't think that I won't try, this is not goodbye. always lost, not found, but I didn't realize. Like a giant standing in my way, leading me astray. Now it's time for me to rise. I knew I had to find myself. Turns out I'm on my own. I won't let it go. The riot wrong that you pretend to know. The fire in my heart, it burns in your shadow. The silver lining can begin to rust, and I get who I can and cannot trust. I won't let it go.